Okay, we're all in. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, right. This is episode, I don't know.
We've lost track.
We have a special guest. Don't suck any fingers, please. Special guests are forbidden from sucking on fingers. It's a rule. So today we wanted to talk about something that we feel has helped us a lot in our relationship, especially with me transitioning. It's something that it's taken us a long time to get. I'm not really good at. I'm saying decent at, because we still definitely mess up, and that is
Communication.
what she said.
Not good communication.
You're getting you're itty bitty. You're good there. So one, just because you're good at communicating with your spouse or you are communicating with your spouse does not mean that you will never have a disagreement
No.
or an argument.
Correct.
Like I said, I like to say that we're fairly decent at communicating, and we still have arguments. We still get under each other's skin about this thing or that thing.
Well, not all arguments are based on communication.
Right,
Sometimes arguments are based on completely other things.
right.
Go ahead, Dessa, please.
Because I'm looking at you. Yeah. Goodness.
When we went through our premarital counseling, and we've mentioned this before with a really nice, amazing older couple who did more than just the book, one of the things they talked about was communication, and that you typically don't argue about the big things, you argue about the little things.
Right.
And the example they used is which way you put the toilet paper up. I promise you, we laughed until it happened.
It absolutely happened. I had my butt chewed royally because I put the toilet paper up the wrong way. I wasn't even paying attention. I was just like, I put toilet paper up.
And honestly, I didn't realize I had a preference until it was not the right way. Didn't realize there was a right way until it wasn't the right way.
And it got fixed. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
And now she gets mad if it's the wrong
well,
way.
yeah. Now that I'm like, this is how it goes. This is how it has to be.
When I change the toilet paper, I always put it the wrong way.
Yes, and then we fix it.
Not all the time. Granny always puts it the wrong way. But
Yeah, she does, and I put it the right way, and then she switches it back.
Yes, but that's a different story.
different story.
But communication is so important in any type of relationship, be it a married relationship, a friendship, with
Right.
your family, with your kids.
And being in, communication with them isn't just saying, "Hey, I want to go to the store." It's also being able to go to them and go, "I really messed up here," and being able to have those conversations. That's a really big deal too.
Even if you know it's going to make them upset, because it's better to come from you than them find out another way.
Yes.
I guess that kind of goes with honesty too.
Yeah. I mean, communication has its hand kind of in every.
And trust and honesty and all of those things, really.
Yes, absolutely. It is. It is. Well, I would almost say it is a pivotal thing that either you learn how to do, because I'm sorry, there are people who say, oh well, they just knew how to communicate from the very beginning. No, they didn't. Trust me, I've seen couples that look like they were amazing and find out that their communication skills were not there, and it was a really bad situation for everyone involved.
Or sometimes communicating is going, I can't communicate right now.
Mm-hmm. That's a really hard one for me to take, is when we're in that situation. She's like, I don't want to talk. Or I'm like, oh, okay.
You want to sit all the way back?
Okay, hold on. I can't sit all the way back because there's stuff in the way.
as we sit here with our little one here, one of the things we're trying to teach her is communication and how to express herself and talk about what she needs to talk about.
Okay, you're taking over this to do. Come on, sit up.
And, which is not a natural thing for little kids. Communication, all that is very intertwined. I truly believe that. And forgiveness is also in there, being able to forgive when things do go wrong. It's
hanging out.
It's I think kind of a deal breaker in relationships, and how well you can
or cannot.
Yeah.
I know when we first got married, I was not good at communicating at all. I was so tight and closed up that it made communication very hard.
And I was extremely passive aggressive. I would keep everything bottled up because I didn't want to have the argument. And then something would happen and it would be a 2-hour argument over a wrapper being left in the car or
I remember one, and I'm not picking.
No,
it was, you had told me to clean the living room, and can you pick up the living room? I said, sure. And I picked up the living room as best as I thought it was good. And you came back over, and there was, I think, a napkin. Was on the table, but it wasn't where it was supposed to be on the table at the time. And you're like, why couldn't you see this? Why didn't you see this? And I was like, I didn't see it. I'm sorry, I missed it. And it was this big, long, drawn-out thing. And once we got into, the argument, and we started actually breaking down and talking about it, found it really wasn't about the napkin. It was about these other things that had happened, and the napkin was just the last straw. It was the last thing that fit in there. And
And I think I've worked really hard on not letting things build up like that, because that was what would happen. We'd have these big blowout arguments over everything that's happened for the last 2 weeks, because instead of me communicating that these things were upsetting me or whatever, I would just, fine, I'll let it go, I'll let it go, I'll let it go, I'll let it go. It's not a big deal. And then something would happen and done. So communicating as close to the issue or the thing as possible,
right,
I think is also very important. And making sure that you don't, go off at, hey, that bothered me. And being able to talk that out, why, right, or what, or...
Well, now, looking at us now, I don't remember what it was. There was something that happened. You had done something. Because Lori is such a troublemaker, I tell you. And she'd done something, and I was like, I'm not going to say anything. Just let it go. Like, no, it's really bugging me. And so we're in the car. I'm like, hey, honey, you did, again, I don't remember what it was. You did this, and it really hurt my feelings. And she was like, well, I didn't mean, and I felt like it started to go that way. Like we were getting ready to go down that hill towards argument. And all of a sudden Lori goes, I'm sorry. I didn't know those hurt your feelings. And, it was just, it's just remembering that it's okay to be, if your significant other does something that upsets you, it hurts your feelings, that's okay. It's not like you have, once you're together, it's all, sunshine and rainbows.
No.
Nope.
And talking about rainbows, we are going to write a story.
Okay, stop.
No, we're getting off track.
So,
the thing is to talk about, and one of the things that we've come to is when we're expressing those feelings, especially if it's one of us that got our feelings hurt or got upset, is saying I feel, because it's not accusatory. It puts it on you. I feel this way, not you did this.
Right. Or, and I cannot remember her name. Something we've been doing, I've been trying to do, I think Lori started to do a little bit more, is in my head right now, this is what I think is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think the words that I can't remember her name. It was this is the story in my head right now. Is just saying, hey, this is in my head. These are how the lines are connecting. Where am I wrong at?
And then it's easier to construct that conversation about, no, that's not it at all. It's this, and
Right.
this. Or,
We started doing that, what, about a month ago?
yeah, something like that.
And since that time, when we do get to an argument, when we get to that point where we're ready to pounce on each other,
It's kind of stopped it from happening.
it's like, hold on, okay, this is what's going on my head right now, and then we're like, no, what's going on is this, and then we know both sides, and so
It turns into a constructive conversation.
yes,
Which at the end is I think you should be going for, because if you don't have a constructive conversation, nothing gets fixed. So you try to come up with, like, she'll ask me, what are you trying to get out of this?
What do you want out of
What's
this?
the end goal?
yeah, what do you want to happen here? And it's trying to say this is where she wants it to go. Is that feasible? Is that something that can happen? And honestly, for me, if she's like, I wanted to climb the Empire State Building this last weekend, but we couldn't go to New York, which is not something that's ever happened.
No.
And then it's like, okay, well, you didn't say anything, or nothing was said, and I'm sorry. If I would have known that, I would try to make that happen.
Right.
And just be able to work through those things.
And have an end goal in mind. If you're going to bring up the thing, what do you want from it? Whether it's just to express, hey, this hurt my feelings, and that's all you're trying to get out of it is, it hurt my feelings, or I want to know why you did that. That doesn't make sense. But know why you're bringing it up, because we used to argue with no resolution. There was no.
Oh, goodness.
We would have these arguments, and there was never a resolution. And finally, we'd either just get too tired to keep barking at each other, or we would it just be done. And so, but now there's always a resolution. What are we trying to get out of this?
Right. Why am I saying this? Is this something? Is this constructive in what's going on? And I think a lot of the times you answer those questions, you're like, yeah, it is constructive. It is constructive. I tell Lori that it hurt my feelings, or that I'm like, hey, I'm seeing a double standard.
Or sometimes it's just, I'm frustrated from this week, and I'm sorry you just got my wrath. I shouldn't have done that.
That is very true for both of us.
So I know we've rambled for a while, but that was kind of our thing.
What's going on in our life? Nothing.
It's break. We go back to work Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
And then school starts the 12th, so
Yeah.
everything picks up again.
We'll be busy.
So,
Kind of like, I guess.
I mean, as busy as we get, stuff we're doing. So, yeah, let us know what's up, what you want to hear, and we
Right,
appreciate
again.
you watching.
Right, and I cannot remember her name now. I'm horrible. I apologize. I'm horrible with names. There was a young lady who left an amazing, super nice comment last time.
Yes, we appreciate you.
Thank you so much. That was one of the, it made me tear up. Thank you. And if you have questions
About anything,
Yeah.
please let us know. And
and put comments down below. Give a big thumbs up. Subscribe. Hit the bell. Do all those cool things that every other video
the
tells you to do.
YouTubers tell you to do.
Yeah, all right.
You are a YouTuber.
Okay, we're being told we're YouTubers. So
And we might have some exciting news down the road.
yes, there's a possibility of a big announcement down the road. Do not touch that tripod.
So we
Oh,
love
there was
you.
something I was going to say. Oh, in the down description, for the first time ever, I will put the I will try to put a link to our Instagram page that we both curate together. It has a lot of pictures of us together at like a local event like tacos and trivia. Lots of those pictures. I hope to kind of broaden that out more. We're getting more pictures of it just everywhere, and pictures of things we're doing. So yeah, that's that.
All right.
Big news, big exciting news.
All right. We love you, and we will see you next time.
Mwah! There's Odessa's hand. Okay, I gotta move now. Bye.